Yo, hello and welcome to another episode of the End-to-End Football Podcast. Sean, how you doing? I think I know the answer already.
I'm back. Things are going well.
Have you? Please tell me you got the clip loaded up. I'm back. Things are going well. 1
100%.
week later. Them man there, bro.
Oh, hold on. Let's see.
Them United fans there, boy.
Hold on. Let's see if we can get him up.
Anyway,
It's only right.
in the meantime, as you get out, boy, Liverpool or Spurs against Liverpool. Two teams that ain't really been teaming, boy, consistently. First of all, do you know what I mean? Nice little dub for you, man. Oh, you got it, yeah?
Of course I've got it. I had to.
Cover. Load it. It's Abbas, how you doing?
I'm back. I'm excited. Things are going well. Emery, good to be here, man. Good to be back. Good to have the time to join you boys and discuss the results. I mean, I just happened to come out a fantastic weekend for.
I was about to say that,
Exactly.
Just happened to came at a fantastic weekend, boy. Look who's missing, boy. You know what I mean? I think we know why, boy. Good evening settings, boy. Good evening settings, boy. Anyway, we'll get onto them, man, boy. Let's just cover your boys quickly, boy. You know what I mean? Getting a double against the Spurs. Baby food. What are you telling me?
Bro, I don't know what they expected. I mean, what? Because you was hiding us on the table. You thought you was going to beat us. Mate, we own you at your own backyard, mate. Just behave. I mean, behave yourself, man. You ain't been playing well. Come on. Salah's starting to hit the right form at the right time. He's just getting the goals. So
as soon as I took him out of my fantasy team, yeah? Pagan blood. He's a pagan, you know. Chucked him out of my fantasy team. Man's bagging 2, yeah. Yeah, I see you, blood. I'm not putting him back, you know, because I know what he's like, bro. I'll put him in for this weekend. He'll do nothing.
Right. No assists, no goals.
You know, nah. I'm not making no moves there, boy. But yeah, man. I mean, what do you make of the performance, though? Obviously, the result is good, but performance.
It's not our strongest performance. I mean, Tottenham did have quite a bit of the possession, but it was good to see Nunes working as well. He was in defence. He set up Salah's first one. Yeah. Nunes, put some respect on his name now.
Hey, Nunes, yeah. Like I said, but I'm not even going to say what I say about that guy, yeah. But you know what, yeah? He has to play. Because you see Nunes. Nunes is an agent of chaos, bro, yeah? Because you don't know what he's going to do. Like, he doesn't know what he's going to do. And frankly, bro, he's needed. He's needed because over that left-hand side, I don't know, man. The other options are not really doing. Obviously, Diaz is injured. And it looks like Sean's frozen, boy, like his season so far. But it is what it is. I'll hold it down. Well, go on, bro. You just froze. You know what I mean? I thought I was going to do it myself. But yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, you know, Nunes is the agent of chaos, bro. You know what I mean? He's needed because anytime he comes on, even if he's missing chances or he's doing whatever, he still gives the other defense a problem. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. They know he's there. You know what I mean? They know he's there. He's needed. You just have to play him and just hope he does something. But he was actually, oddly enough, effective but not effective. If that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? He caused enough trouble. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You know,
he didn't get a goal, but he hit the post. He set up Salah. I mean, brilliant first touch because some of his first touches in previous matches. Yeah. But brilliant first touch to set up Salah for the first one. And Salah, the assassin that he is, boy, oblige and put that to bed. And second one, Eric Dyer, you are the man.
Eric Diabolical, boy, as the title says. I mean, this guy, he's one of them players where the managers love him, bro. Whatever manager manages Spurs, and yeah, we've now seen what Conte, whatever that eat was that managed for a little bit. What's his name now? The one from Wolves, I forget his name now. Obviously, Mourinho. We got Poch. All of them love Eric Dyer. I don't understand it personally, but some Spurs fans will tell us, oh yeah, he does this, he does that. He's, he's been good for a period of time. But I'm sorry, but certain players, I don't really care. I don't want to hear it because they have a bozo gene. You know what I mean? They have that moment where they're just going to do something foolish. And at this level of sport, you can't trust them, man. Do you know what I mean? You can't trust them, man. They will let you down just because that header back to the keeper, yeah. I mean, with that big head of his, to not get power enough. Like, honestly. You know what I mean?
think he headed it down off his head onto his shoulder and lovely stuff,
it's
mate.
A mess, boy. And Salah was like, "Oh, thank you very much, sir." And again, this is Spurs have, they're third in the table. It is the most points they've had at this point of the season. But that's very deceiving because their man there were in a rubbish Champions League group and they made a meal out of getting out of it. Do you know what I mean? Even though they ended up finishing top, yeah. A lot of games they've won, they've been going to hell and back against anybody. They went to hell and back against Bournemouth last week. Some of the games they've won, some of the games they got draws. Remember that draw at Chelsea?
Yeah.
The game that they should have lost that game. They should have given
a penalty. Teeth.
Exactly. They should have given away a penalty when my man was pulling his hair. Arsenal cooked them. Some of the games, like I said, they've drawn and won. They didn't deserve nothing out of the game yet. And a lot of times as well, Conte, I don't know if I said it last stream, my sunglasses are coming out for him. You know what I mean? My magnifying glass is coming out for my man, yeah, because he's looking very fraudulent. Very fraudulent right now, yeah, because this persistent with Emerson Royale, brother, that guy is rubbish. I mean, for you from a Liverpool perspective, you must have loved it because anytime you went on the ball, nothing happened.
You did
what they were trying to do died as soon as he got the ball. Yeah, there was a time where Eric Dyer was kind of on the right wing back position. I don't know how he ended up there, but he put in a couple of decent crosses. I was like, right, he's done more down that side, Eric Dyer, than my man has done playing the whole game.
Yeah, for some reason, Conte don't like Spence.
It's a joke, yeah. And then you look at the lineup. The Spurs lineup had two attackers, Perisic and Kane. Everyone else was a midfielder or defender on that pitch. Brother, what is that? The man said that they were playing an 8-1-1 formation.
Like, still conceded two.
And still back conceded two, yeah. They are horrible, yeah. And as I was saying, the way they've been playing this season, a lot of times as well, they say, oh yeah, we start games off bad and then we improve in the second half. Let me tell you why that's rubbish, yeah. No, what it is Conte sets out his negative tactics in the first half, then he chases a win in the second half and puts on more attackers. Do you know what I mean? And then you start going for the game more, and then you're like, oh yeah, we're playing better. No, you're going for the game more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The other team is like even this game, they're like, oh yeah, second half, you know what I mean? We should have beat Liverpool. We were much better. This and that. Yeah, but Liverpool were already ahead. They didn't have to do anything. Do you know what I mean? They just had to hold down the result. You know, were going for the game because you had no other choice at home. You had to go for the game.
Yeah, them man, they tried to take us for Bournemouth. You think he was coming back? Behave.
But again, it was too little, too late. It was too little, too late. Yeah, because again, Conte's negative tactics. And I put this, as much as like I said, actually, let's give Eric Dyer his L because that header was just shocking, man. And that was the difference making in the game, boy. Peak.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Epic fail. You are one pathetic loser.
Standard. Standard behavior for Tottenham. But yeah, like I was saying, Tottenham are just, I'm not a believer in this Tottenham team. I heard some of their fans, some of the wild takes I've seen online. Someone was like, oh yeah, this performance, even though we lost, it shows that, we're a good team. And, we can win a trophy this season. Brother, you got a much chance of winning a trophy as Crystal Palace have, bro. Like, about trophy. You know, absolute rubbish. Just man said rope dope, you know. Come to Spurs just rope dope through games. And that's true, brother. They rope dope, but they ain't even got the stamina to do anything at the end. Like, yo. They are awful, man. They're absolutely awful. You know what I mean? Kulusevski came on, you know what I mean? He made a difference. But again, I wonder who he's going to sacrifice because you don't want to play too many attackers anyway. You know what I mean? But the whole Emerson Royale thing is it's getting to the point now where it's a bit bizarre now because honestly, this guy, he's not offering anything down that side. Matt Doherty, who I was cussing last season, when they signed him, that he was nothing like the player he was at Wolves. He's been absolutely rubbish for Spurs. But he came on and looked 10 times better than that guy. But again, do you know what I mean? That's how bad it is. Anybody is better. Like I said, Eric Dyer done better when he found himself in that position.
But like what I'm saying, I don't think Conte wanted Spence when they went and got him. So you know when their managers with them type of personalities, you didn't get the player one. I ain't playing him. That's the only reason what I can see because it can't be to do in training because I don't see what Emerson Royale can do in training to make you feel like he's better ahead of Spence or Matt Doherty.
Yeah, Spence will have to be playing like me out there in training because I don't know what's going on. How he doesn't get a chance here. But even if you don't like Spence, what about Doherty, bro? He's better than this guy, bro.
I see the same thing.
You know what I mean? So it's like, this stubbornness is a joke. He's now starting to play Basuma, but the midfield doesn't make sense. Højbjerg, Basuma, Bentancur. I mean, again, I said this about Spurs before they even signed Basuma. That they just got this sourceless Brexit midfield, bro. There's nothing in there. There's nothing to work with. There's no creativity in that midfield whatsoever. They're literally relying on Kane to keep dropping deep to do stuff. They're rubbish. But anyway, your boys, I mean, I don't know, man. For me personally, before you say about your team, I don't really read much into this game. It's the same thing I said when you beat Man City. That proof is in the consistency with you, man. You know what I mean? I know that obviously it's only one more game until World Cup anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I don't read too much into what you guys are doing. Until you put a run of league games where you're winning, then I'll believe that, okay, a bit of the old Liverpool is kind of back. But otherwise, you got the quality of players that you're capable of beating anyone on your day. Do you get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If you man turn up, you'll beat anyone. But it's just like your main thing is consistency. Where can these man do it on a run of games where?
Yeah, you know what it is? I think it's mainly to get certain players fit in order for that to happen. I mean, bringing in Konate, thank the Lord he performed. Thank the Lord he performed. Gomez is blowing hot and cold. He'll have a good game, then have a shocker the next, and then play a good one, and then have a shocker. I mean, it's as you said, there's no consistency with the team right now. Like I said, hopefully we just get through the next game and FSG's just put Liverpool up for sale. So let's see what happens, isn't it?
Man, I'm praying. You man are praying for the sheiks. And them are praying for the sheiks, boy. So mad over there. But if they put him up for sale, or if they want investors in the team, because I'm just hearing
they're putting him up for sale. I think he's bought the club for 400 mil. He's wants 4 billion, I think. I think
if Chelsea can go for that piece, then Liverpool definitely have to go for more than Chelsea.
I think the Arabs offered him 3 billion before, and he turned that down. So hopefully they come back in again.
They bought the club for 400 mil.
400 mil, and he wants 4 billion. Apparently,
that is some profit, boy. that is profit, boy. My days, mad. Yeah. And they ain't even putting that much money in investment. Anyways, they ain't lost that much piece.
Well, this is what I said in previous podcasts. They've always balanced the books. The players that we sell is what we go and spend on players.
So really, that 400 mil was the only expenditure. They probably made some piece on top of that.
100%.
That's crazy, bro.
Of course, from all the TV, TV rights, winning Champions League, winning the league, winning the 2 cups last season, They must have made some serious money.
They're eating, boy. They're eating. But yeah, man. Anyway, we'll keep it close.
Hold on, one second. Before you go, what did you reckon the whole penalty situation?
Which penalty now?
Well,
I saw the two shots.
Penalty.
The what's it called? The Trent one. Was it the Trent one? Which is the other one? Because I know there's one more. Or the Trent one, I think, like as I was saying before, is one of them ones where if the ref gave it, I wouldn't have been surprised. Do you know what I mean? For me personally, I'll be like, you know what? You went down a bit too easy, that kind of stuff. But again, I've seen refs give it. And I point to the Man City game where, yes, the guy's running through on goal, but it's literally the same action, pushing the guy with your elbow into his back. You know what I mean? Yeah, the contact wasn't as much as the Cancelo one. But again, it all depends on where the ref is. Do you know what I mean? How the ref sees it. The ref can't see the contact from the angle the refs are behind the thing. So, like I said, it's one of them things, isn't it? You know what I mean? You get them one week, you don't get them the other week. But, for Spurs, don't be crying about it. That's not why you lost, bro. You lost the game. You're rubbish, innit? You know what I mean? Let's be real. Like, I don't want to hear nothing from Spurs people, bro, about penalties. You're rubbish. Get out of here. Anyway, let's keep it stepping, boy. Next game, boy. As you can see, last week there was 3 of us. You know what I mean? There was a certain Man United fans. These guys, yeah, they're fair weather fans. You know what I mean? They only turn up when their team is winning.
I would say he's a cockroach.
Bro, cockroaches can survive a nuclear attack, get it? So I don't even know if he's got the robustness of a cockroach, but that might be a compliment in that. You can't even survive a defeat to good evening and that, you know what I mean? So, boy, cockroach might be all a compliment to that guy. But anyway, let's keep it moving, boys. You know what I mean? They lost 3-1. Aston Villa cooked them. Absolutely cooked them. I mean, they blew them away in 11 minutes, 2-0 up already. But you know what? Yeah, let's actually just start with the L. Let's not even drag this out, yeah. And this might, I don't know if this is the first L for Mr. Ten Hag still, but it's whatever. And this L for me, one of the main reasons ain't even the game. I'm just building the case here for the L, yeah. Not even the game. First of all, Cristiano Ronaldo. Is that American dude say Cristiano Ronaldo, seaweed? You know what I mean? Cristiano Ronaldo, captain. 2 weeks ago, the man walked off in the 88th minute. Do you know what I mean? My man himself said this is unacceptable. He's done this for the second time now. Yeah. And he got punished by not playing one game. And he was straight back into the team.
He done him a favor by not playing him.
Exactly the way he plays as well, yeah. He's a favor not playing him. In any case, what's it called? Yeah. And then now he's back and he's got the captain's armband. De Gea should be captain. He's been there the longest. Do you know what I mean? Because Bruno has been holding the captain's armband, yeah, and obviously Maguire is the captain, they all weren't available. Why does Ronaldo get the captain's armband over De Gea, who's been there for a decade now? Over a decade?
Do you know what? I read something.
He's been there for a long time. That's nonsense.
I read something on that. He said that he didn't want to make De Gea captain because he's a goalkeeper and can't get the message further up the pitch.
Bro, what message is Ronaldo getting, bro? What is he doing, bro? The message of complaining and diving? Nah, bro, he gave me upset, bro. That's nonsense, bro. I'm not even a United fan. That's nonsense. Yeah, that is absolutely nonsense, man. All right, here we go. Where's Stu Mac? What's he saying? But die with a beautiful cushion header assist. Oh my days, yeah. Show toe what? toe ribbons. Look at nice underlings, boy. Yep. But yeah, man. What was I saying? Yeah, so the one message is Ronaldo getting, bro? He's the most self-centered footballer that's ever lived. Do you know what I mean? Like, he only cares about himself. He comes, he drops deep, makes one pass, sprints to the middle, puts his hand up, cross it. That's all he does for United. I've never seen him do anything else. Do you know what I mean? That's all he does is run into the box, waving his arm for a cross here, and then misses the headers when he gets them. and this is your captain, right? Then we go to the team selection. Okay, this team is rubbish. You've just played what's it called? Real Betis, not Betis, Sociedad.
Yeah.
During the week, yeah. You put up quite a strong team, Casemiro or whatever. All these men are playing, yeah, on Thursday. You come into this game in the Premier League, which is going to be fast paced, all that kind of stuff, yeah. And your midfield 3 or your midfield 2 is Eriksen and Casemiro. You're having a bubble. You are having a bubble. Listen, as much as I don't like McTominay and Fred and them man there, yeah, after having played on a Thursday, these two brothers, Eriksen and Casemiro, holding down your midfield in the Premier League, you are just asking for trouble, bro. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how you can be surprised that your midfield got overran. And the way an Emery team plays, the way Aston Villa play, you're gonna get overrun. It's nonsense. And then Donny van der Beek, the man we've never seen play. This guy is a failure under 4 managers.
Mate, this is who he came. He managed him before, and he still can't get in the team. And you put him in for this game,
and he plays at number 10. And I've heard United fans say, "Oh no, you know, Fernandes is rubbish, whatever. Bruno should play number 10 instead of." Oh no, sorry, Van der Beek should play number 10 instead of Fernandes. Listen, I'm not Fernandes' biggest fan myself, but Van der Beek, drop me out. I'll play Fernandes all day, every day. Do you know what I mean? What I've seen from Van der Beek is absolute rubbish, mate. Absolute rubbish. Don't want to hear it, yeah? Garnacho, left wing. Rashford, right wing. When have we ever seen Rashford play well as a right winger? Do you know what I mean? Never. Do you know what I mean? Again, this midfield, I think this is on the manager. And once again, the subs came too late. The subs also didn't make no sense. So, yeah, I say that to say, Ten Hag, you're getting this week's manager L. Hold that.
Epic fail. You are one pathetic loser.
Lovely stuff. But you know what? I think Ramsey capped it off. The deflection for the own goal, and then he put the game was there standing. I was celebrating that like it was my team that was beating them.
What's that?
I said I was celebrating when Ramsey put the next one, because you see when it went 2-1, I thought, oh man, I hope these men don't come back. But look, they got put to the sword. I love it.
Absolutely.
Couldn't happen to a better team.
Absolutely.
And you know what? It's especially for that cockroach that I'm back. Things are going well. How well is it going, lad? Couldn't turn up today.
I don't know how it's going, but the man just drew Barcelona in the Europa League, and they've got, you know what I mean, then they got cooked against Aston Villa. You know what I mean? I think this is a nice little reminder, because I start to see a little bit of overconfidence creeping in. You know what I mean?
Look at my man last week.
This is what I'm saying. Ten Hag, listen. Ten Hag, he's got this week's L, but generally he's doing a good job. Do you know what I mean? We're seeing better football from Man United, and before today, he was looking like he's not doing favoritism and just playing people for the sake of it. Do you know what I mean? However, don't get too excited in it. This is still the same team from last season, by and large. So it's not going to change overnight. You man are still rubbish. Humble. You're a good manager. It's a process, isn't it? Ask Arsenal fans, isn't it? You know, everyone's there. It's a process. But let me go into this CR7 analysis here. As a Madrid fan myself, yeah, I've watched this guy very closely as well. Yeah. I mean, Ronaldo, his game, how can I describe his game? I mean, when he first arrived in Madrid, he was still kind of playing off the left, a little bit of dribbling, but not too much. You know what I mean? He could get past people, he could run in behind. He was scoring quite a lot of his goals coming in off the left. He came in 2009. I would say around 2011, the game changed to where he was mainly in the box. Do you know what I mean? He wasn't as doing as much stuff. But again, as you pointed out, he had, Marcelo and these guys, to play off, and Benzema to facilitate his game. But despite all of that, he was still extremely clinical. There's certain chances I see him get now in this United team. Like I said, in Madrid, I would have been celebrating already. Like, you know what I mean? That header chance that he got, that's going in. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sorry, I can understand him not being able to run past players. Do you know what I mean? Or physical things, yeah. But there's certain chances he's missing where I'm like, bro, what? Your shooting ability has declined just like that. Your heading ability has just gone down. Honestly, I don't really see what he's offering right now. Do you know what I mean? For that team, I don't really see what he's offering. I think if anything, the team become one-dimensional on the pitch, and that's partly his fault, not his fault, because everyone just looks for him.
Yeah, but that showed in that game. I mean? They were just trying to pump it in the box to his head.
This is what I'm saying, and then he's missing some of the headers anyway. You know what I mean, huh? That's it. He's they're creaking just. I'm telling you, man. He's not. He just looks. I've seen him get outpaced by some slow defenders this season. It's embarrassing. I'm like, nah. I'm like, yo, you're going outside. Like you're going outside.
You know what? They should have let him go when he wanted to go. Just let him go.
You know what I mean?
Because the worst thing you can have is an unhappy player on your team.
At this point, yeah, because I was always saying, no one wanted him anyway and all that kind of stuff. But at this point, the way he's going, I'm like, you might as well just paid him off, just done at Arsenal. Like, you know what I mean? Just paid off his contract and say, big man, just see you later. And, just done what Arsenal done with Aubameyang and just say, yeah, cut, bro, because it's not good for the team. And I don't think he's having a good influence on their actual general play. Because when I've watched them without him, they're a much better team. Do you know what I mean? They're a much better team. Their football is a lot better when he's not on that pitch. And you got people like Roy Keane saying, "Oh, these chances that Rashford missed. If Ronaldo was there, he would have scored them." Well, Ronaldo was there and he's missing. I mean, these men just trying to massage the relationships with CR7. It's embarrassing.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's embarrassing. But for Emery Lindelof on that first goal, brother, where was he going? He pushes out a mid of defense, chasing shadows for no reason, yeah. And then the space that he left is where Leon Bailey ended up. Do you get what I'm saying? And then for defender as well, he has to be one of the weakest players ever, man. He just gets bullied. He's a full-fledged sideman,
Are you telling me Bailey's not good enough to play in this team?
But this is the thing. People like Bailey as well, whatever his name is, Bailey, like he's definitely better than him. But can you trust him injury-wise? He's like Martial.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's like Varane. They knew what they were buying when they got him. But you went and bought another injury-prone defender. So,
boy, this football club's way. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, man. But for United, I think this is just a nice little reminder. Like, let's not get too excited.
You know what? As CR7 would say, simmer down.
Exactly.
Simmer down.
Real United fans will know that we need this to calm down and realize that, you know what I mean, we still got a lot of work to do, yeah? Well, so one thing is how Emery has overloaded the wing forwards overnight and composed the options and variety of attack. Listen, Unai Emery is a master tactician, bro. You know what I mean? For me, he's a very underrated manager. Very underrated manager. I even think to this day, obviously, he's working out nicely for Arsenal, but I even think to this day, even the way he got sacked at Arsenal was a little bit harsh, even though like he can be stubborn, as most managers are. And you look at what he done with Villarreal, bro. They might have knocked out Bayern Munich last season. Like, you know what I mean? They were in the semi-final, innit? Or whatever it was of the Champions League. You know what I mean? He's a serious guy, bro. He's a serious guy. And for me as well, a club like Aston Villa is the right club for him. That's like the right size of club. The whole PSG, Arsenal, maybe it's a step too far. Do you know what I mean? But in Aston Villa, I think that's the right type of club for him.
Do you know what? I think that Arsenal job was just a bit volatile for him at that point in time.
Yeah.
I mean, with Arteta, they've given him time him. They expected things bang straight away.
Yeah. Because the thing is, he got to that Europa League final and they got battered, and he just went left from there. Innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just went left from there. But, you know, by and large, I don't think it was that bad of a time at Arsenal. But yeah, man, I'm not surprised with him. I think he's going to improve Aston Villa no end. You know what I mean? Because he's a really good manager. And he's got some good players in that squad as well to work with. You know what I mean?
Do you know what? I think he's got some
players.
very good players that he's got there. You're right. I'm spot on with that one.
So yeah, man, I expect Aston Villa to be pushing up the table, and I think pushing up the table brings us on nicely to Arsenal, boys. You know what I mean? We're not up the table; they're on top of the table where they're chilling. What's it called? What's man saying now? What was that? Yeah, Ramsey splitting Oba and Laka, and then Ramsey got injured in the tail end when. Yeah. I would agree with that still. Yeah. Anyway, let's move to Arsenal since we're on Arsenal already. For me, actually, let's start with you because you got a lot of spice for Arsenal in it. What did you make of Arsenal's another victory at Stamford Bridge? What's your take? Raw, them man there, but real life haters, you know.
Nah, you know what? They deserved it. Chelsea, mate. Harry Potter's one's not working over there, Brigman. It's not working because they just look toothless, bro. They don't know if they're coming and going. I mean, what's that? 62 million. What's it, Cucurella? And my man was hugging up my man in the box. He was. Let me hold you. He won't let him go. And Gabriel was there to swoop in Saka's cross. I mean, Saka went to celebrate like he scored it. No, big man. He never went straight in.
I ain't gonna lie. When I see that, if I was Saka, when I see that replay, I'll be vexed because I was going in anyway. You know, my man just came and.
Listen, my man guaranteed 3 points, isn't it?
Oh man. Anyway, but yeah. Nah, man, for me, wonderful performance from Arsenal, bro. You know what I mean? They came over there. I mean, I think this is our 3 games they've won at Stamford Bridge in a row. If it's not 3 games in a row, it's 3 unbeaten. But even when I beat them there last season 4-2, in a more emphatic result 4-2. But if you actually watch the game, they were the better team, but they were giving away a lot of chances to Chelsea as well. It was a bit of a back and forth, as the scoreline would suggest. This game was one-way traffic. 1-0 absolutely flatters these men. You know what I mean? Absolutely
100%.
flatters them. Yeah, because they had one shot on target, and the shot was some literally, I don't even call it a shot, it was a back pass by Havertz to Ramsey. Yeah, nonsense. Absolute nonsense, yeah. Saliba, Xhaka, Partey, even the man with the bozo gene as well, Gabriel, what's it called? Ben White at right back. Top performance from them guys. Them guys bullied them. Do you know what? It was like a reverse of what you normally see in the Chelsea-Arsenal game, where Arsenal used to get bullied physically, yeah?
Do you know what?
They were getting bullied. They were getting bullied physically by these men.
Mate, they were all over them. And you know what? As you brought up before, the 4-2, I was shocked when they beat them 4-2 because I expected Arsenal to get walloped, yeah? I did not see this going any other way, to be honest, because Graham Potter is, it's not looking good, big man. It's not looking good. It's not looking good because your players don't look like they know what they're doing. And as for you, Aubameyang, I wouldn't even talk again if I was you, big man.
Nothing personal, yeah?
Yeah. The man, they had you in your pocket, you had to come off because he was rubbish.
I heard some people are trying to say, oh, no, but they forced him, bro. You could have just said, no, I'm not saying that.
Exactly.
You could have, a normal person would have said, no, I'm not saying that. But now, what did you go and do? You went and said it like a idiot.
I watched the video when it was up with the green screen. My man was there laughing and joking.
Yeah.
So, no. You said what you said, innit? I hold that.
Exactly. Man said that, yeah, and then walked off. No goals to go and yam bench. Oh, man. Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. You know what I mean? A Chelsea player with the Arsenal tattoo. The whole thing is a mess, blood. But you know what, yeah? Chelsea deserve it, innit? Because them man used to send double agents to Arsenal, innit? When they used to send them Gallus and Willian and David Luiz, Petr Cech, and all them underperforming players that were past it. You know what I mean? They've been sending them next dodgy players here. Now it's their turn, innit? Now it's their turn to hold a former Arsenal player not doing anything for them. You know what I mean? He goes in roundabouts, innit? Swings in roundabouts.
You know what? Gabriel is a new man. That man there he's causing havoc, bruv. Oh my lord, they just couldn't get near him, bruv. He jiggles left and right. Yeah, he's everywhere, man.
He was
the only thing he missed was the goal. That's the only thing.
That header should have bagged, man. Should have bagged. Odegaard should have scored as well. That's the only problem with this Arsenal team, is that sometimes they're not clinical. Do you know what I mean? They're not clinical enough. And luckily for them, or not luckily, but you know what I mean, like as in they're in the Europa League, you can get away with that. Champions League, you can't get away with what they're doing right now. Champions League, you can't play Champions League football and just be missing chances because the other team could just bag with the one chance they get and that's you out. Do you know what I mean? So for next season, they definitely need to improve on that. But you know, this ain't next season, you know, talking about now. And right now, they fried them guys there in their own ground. Yeah, completely dominated them. Sterling was nowhere to be seen. He was even looking frustrated. Havertz, still living off of that one goal in the Champions League final.
Boy, I got nothing to say on him this week, boy. Boy,
Havertz, still trying to figure this guy out, bro. Guy's a flop, blood. The guy's a flop. Man said they've been sending him. Yeah, bro. He said it's about time you send him a dad, innit? You know what I mean? You've been helping him, helping him out, blood. You know what I mean?
So my man saying what you were sending them gold and they were sending you copper.
Yo, some messed up battle trading, boy. But yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, the Arsenal are looking absolutely good. You know what I mean? Still top of the table. One more game before the World Cup. You know what I mean? I'm sure they'll be looking to finish to get to the World Cup top of the table. You know what I mean? Nice little psychological vibes there. But let's move on to Chelsea. It's looking very worrying for them, man. Because really and truly, let's be real on it. If you look at the Chelsea squad and the Arsenal squad on paper, there's not that much difference. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking on paper, not how they're performing, but just the names. Do you know what I mean? It's not like some chalk and cheese. But then, if you watch the two teams play, one's a team that know what they're doing, and the other one is a bunch of individuals just vibesing. Actually, vibesing is even the wrong word because they're vibing.
I was about to say
that. There's no vibes there, bro. They're just there, just looking vexed.
They're just out here. That's what they are. They're just out here. They're not vibesing. They're just out here looking at each other like, yo, what do we do? What's going on? What's this man told us to do?
Yeah, but I'm sorry. Like, yes, your fullbacks have been extremely important to you. What's his name? James and Chilwell, yeah. But it can't be this bad. And the thing is that you weren't even that great when they were playing anyway. Because they might have kind of bailing you out. You know what I mean? You weren't playing great football.
But the thing is, what did he sign Cucurella for? Cooch, whatever his name is. He spent 62 million on him. What, to come and sit behind Chilwell?
But again, this is another thing as well, yeah. I don't understand. I don't understand their transfer window here. Because what was the problem with Chelsea? Lack of creativity. Even last season, yeah. Lack of creativity was the problem. Okay, the two attackers he signed is Sterling, who's himself not a creator, but thrives in a team that creates a lot of chances. Aubameyang, who again is not a creator, but is a striker that thrives on chances, but won't offer anything else apart from just scoring goals. But your main thing that you need is creativity, yeah. And then you sign a left back when you've already got a good left back for 62 mil.
Boy, maybe they thought Mason Mount was going to fill that void. Maybe, I don't know. Or Gallagher. I really don't know what their thought process was here.
There wasn't one. You know what I mean? Bowley was just on Twitter seeing names and just saying, "Oh, right, let's go for him."
Yeah, I want that one.
You know what I mean? Bodie was just on there doing vibes. The squad for me is imbalanced and doesn't make sense. The midfield is again for me the absolute biggest problem. Do you know what I mean? How Kovacic was sitting on that bench, unless if Kovacic was injured and he was like, oh yeah, you can only play 10 minutes or something. There's no reason why he shouldn't have started that game because they looked a lot better when he came on. But in any case, he is what it is, isn't it? This Potter has even had a new manager bounce. Because it's just been stop-start, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? He ain't even had the little new manager bounce, you know what I mean? When he got cooked by Brighton.
Oh,
the best result they've had so far under him is what, the AC Milan, but AC Milan got sent, what's it called? Tamori got sent off quite early in that game. Agent Tamori, so you know what I mean?
yeah, exactly, 100%.
I don't know if I can even count that one, so it's not been impressive, man.
But this is it. This is it. I mean, even if he gets to the transfer window, I don't know what players he's gonna try and bring in. Trossard, Pascal Grub.
What are you saying? Just doing Brighton, huh? Brighton 2.0 on that.
Yeah, but to be honest, Trossard wouldn't be a bad shot because I think he's a very good player. I like Trossard, but
boy, with the way,
not for Chelsea though.
With the way they play, boy, anybody's
turn them badly, boy.
Anyone is an improvement, but like I said, but they need creative players, not players that just, you know what I mean, require chances. It's a joke, you know what I mean? Broha, yeah, maybe he should have started. I think he done a little bit more than what Aubameyang was doing. He had a couple of little dribbles, but what's it called? Saliba soon seconded him, boy. After that, boy, they done his little dribble, and then after that, Saliba wasn't having none of it.
Yeah, but then you know what? Them Arsenal players were always going to be up against Aubameyang after what you said, innit? So maybe you're right.
After watching that Prime, the Amazon Prime thing, I know I definitely played that video for them, boy. Definitely, because one thing you learn from Arteta from that Prime thing, yeah, you know he's petty, blood. You know what I mean? He was there showing tweets from Brentford players before he matches and that. Yeah, it's all mad. Definitely. I'm sure Arteta played that video to them and said, "You see this? This is what he thinks of you guys." Oh mate, huh? Oh, Arsenal looking at Trossard, so boy, so yeah, there you go. They ain't getting him then. So it is what it is, but it is what it is. What's the next game, boy? Should we cover Man City quickly? The little dodgy dub.
Mate.
I mean, this is another game where most people are probably like, yeah, 4-0 Man City, 3-0, whatever. They went to hell and back, boy.
Hell and back and got a dodgy decision to get the W, boy.
Great goal by what's his name? Alvarez. Nice finish, but that ain't why we're talking about this game, bro. That's a team that should be walloping anyway. Let's get straight to business, yeah. You know what I mean? Cancelo, red card. For me, before I go to your thoughts, for me it's deserved because where he is. Do you know what I mean? That's definitely a goal scoring. You don't get more of a goal scoring opportunity. You're right in front of the keeper, brother. Like, do you know what I mean? That is a goal scoring opportunity, yeah. So deserved red card. Hold that. Even though he was in my FPL team, which is extremely irritating. And then we get to the most contentious bit, boy. The penalty on De Bruyne. I'm gonna let you take the floor with this one. What do you make of it?
That was soft, oh my lord. But it's also the defender's fault because if you gonna put your foot out and they feel that bit of contact, they're gonna go down. But I don't think it was never near enough to bring him down the way he went down and then lied flat on the floor like he was injured. No way. That was proper soft. No way. I mean, this is what it shows. Desperation is now kicking in. Desperation is now kicking in. I think he's really worried about Arsenal because the way Pep even celebrated that.
He knew he'd get away with one, innit? He knew he'd get away
100%.
with one, man. Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
De Bruyne knew what he was doing, and obviously they gave him he bought that.
He bought that. The littlest of touch, yeah, and that touch had nothing to do with his balance as well. I don't know how he done that little ballerina pirouette at the end of it. Yeah, absolute joke thing. Extremely soft. And But the penalty, though, man, if you're a Fulham fan, I'll be vexed, because Leno, bro. Nah, man. I think he should be saving that,
Leno was probably thinking, this is what Arsenal get for sending me out on loan.
Agent Leno, bro. You're the man there, bro. Yeah. You let that through, bro. You let that through, man. I tell you, that was a soggy pen. Absolutely soggy pen, man. That should have been saved, in my opinion. But here's what it is. They got the dub. Who else we got then? Let's move on to Palace. Yeah. Crystal Palace West Ham against Crystal Palace. I mean, this game was just absolutely hilarious. I'll tell you that, yeah, because you look at the West Ham team, they have Brazilian internationals in their team. You know them ones? Paqueta and that. Skimaka, Declan Rice, England international. Yeah. The names in this team, yeah, playing at home. Tell you what, yeah, for 70 minutes, yeah, you'd have thought Crystal Palace or Barcelona, bro. I know the kit kind of looks like Barcelona, but they were treating us like it was Barcelona. Bopping them. But I'm telling you that, yeah, bopping them. Pure domination. Even the goal they scored, yeah, they scored the first goal against the runner play. Absolutely. It was a good goal, as most goals against Crystal Palace are. You know what I mean? It was always a good goal. Everyone gets plus 10 finishing when they play against Palace. But West Ham, I mean, if I was a West Ham fan, I would be brewing to get dominated by Crystal Palace in your own ground. Embarrassing. They were embarrassing. And we should have been much more clinical. But again, we were playing with Zao as a striker, which just shows that Vieira don't respect them, man, anyway, which he shouldn't. Do you know what I mean? Because they're liquor, man. They're absolutely liquor, man, bro. They go bopped about. Anyway, 1-1 going into the second half. About the 70th minute mark, the game became a back and forth. Do you know what I mean? That's why I said 70 minutes was complete Palace domination. The last 20 minutes, it wasn't like them and they done nothing, but it became back and forth. It became back and forth. But the goal, I don't know if you've seen the video of the goal, yeah? I'll tell you what, if a certain man was still on this podcast, yeah, he would have been crying for his player to get the L of the week. I'll tell you that.
Who's that? Lucy's goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
Did you see what Antonio done? Hey, running through on goal, yeah? What's it called? Gay, he misses the ball, whatever he does, tries to header it. Anyway, it's through on goal, wide. There's about 4 West Ham players in the box to aim at. He does the most nonsense cross here, or attempted cross. I don't know what he thought he was doing here. Straight into the Palace's keeper's hands. And then from that point, where the goal comes in the 93rd minute.
Game on.
You know what I mean? How embarrassing, bro. You're better off keeping the ball in the corner and holding the draw down. They were absolutely shocking, bro. They were absolutely shocking. And then, we go the other end, and Elise gets an absolutely ridiculous goal. You know what I mean? The deflection of that was just silly. Absolutely silly. But if you actually watch the game, as I did, watch the whole 90 minutes, it's the least Palace deserves. It's the least. Because them man there diving, cheat, all kinds of nonsense they were doing the whole game, yeah. And the funniest thing is their crowd crying for everything. Any little foul, they're like shouting and doing all this stuff. And I'm thinking, big man, you guys can't even see the pitch. You need binoculars to see anything on that stadium. You can't see the players. I don't know what you're screaming about. You have to watch the screen. You're better off going home and just watching it at home. You can't see anything in that stadium. You need binoculars, and you're just doing all this screaming for what? Joke, absolute joke. Absolutely. I don't know if you saw the penalty that was not given. Yeah. When I say the hand here done this to his t-shirt, like, and that's not me exaggerating. See this, yeah. That's what happened, yeah, to his t-shirt, yeah. And then my man arched his back like some bad bee, yeah. Dropped down on the floor, got a penalty, and then obviously VAR overruled it. Nah, bro. That's what had my blood boiling, you know. That's why I was in the group chat going, hold that, boy, because they were trying any scounduggeries, bro, to try and get the dub.
Boy, so what are you saying? West Ham didn't turn up like their representative on the podcast. Didn't turn up.
Absolutely. And another fair weather fan on the pod, boy. Don't only turn up on the pod when their team wins, boy. This is why it's only a 2-man show, like that.
Yep. No matter what happens, we turn up. We're here.
Like that. Certain man just fair weather fans. But yeah, man, West Ham. I'm starting to hear some of their fans saying Moisey out, boy. You know what I mean? Them calls are starting to come out, boy. Starting to hear it, boy. Interesting anyway. See how it goes. You know what I mean? But anyway, here's where it is, man. You got anything else?
Nah, just West Ham.
This guy, but actually, let's finish off on this here. I'll ask you one question. Arsenal in the title race.
100%.
You see, I have to watch you, yeah, because why are you saying that? I don't trust you. I don't trust what you're saying. Are you saying that because you believe it, or are you saying that because you're hoping he goes left and you can say something?
Nah, you know what? Nah, you know what? To be true, they're playing good football. I mean, look, they've played us. They beat us as well. I mean, every week you can see more and more that they're playing the way that he wants them to play. I mean, Granit Xhaka's looking like a new player. Because there was calls, there were calls for his head before, and now
they're singing his name, boy.
Yeah, he's a stonewall in that team. Yeah, they're looking good. I mean, a good game is going to be them against City to see how that turns out.
Yeah, title race. How can
have they played Newcastle?
Not yet. I don't think.
That would be a good game as well.
I don't know, man. I'm you know, I'm not going to do the whole have they played these man, have they played that man, because you know what I mean. They played Liverpool, they played Chelsea. You know what I mean?
They played United, they played Tottenham, but Tottenham, everybody's catching 3 points there.
Again, I don't know, man. I think if you got this many points,
100%, you're in the title.
You're in the title race. Do you know what I mean? Whether they can maintain it is another thing. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if they can maintain it for the whole thing. But as of what I've seen so far, there's no reason why they shouldn't be in the title race. And you know, the World Cup is kind of coming at a bad time for them, because I'm sure Arsenal would love for the season to just carry on right now, because they're in good form.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? They wouldn't want this kind of break at this moment in time, because who knows how everyone. But the thing is that World Cup affects everyone in it, so who knows? The way I look at it, I'm just for me, they're in the title race. I don't know if they can maintain it, but I'll definitely put them in the title race. Do you know what I mean? They've for me been the best team in the league this season so far. Because Man City, as much as they are the best team in the league, they ain't been performing like that, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry, but Arsenal ain't doing to hell and back with Fulham at home. Let's be real. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal play Fulham at home tomorrow. They're cooking them, innit? Do you know what I mean? They're putting them teams to the sword. They're not. There's some of the to hell and backs I'm seeing from Man City. Yeah, it's a bit mad. But yeah, like I said, for me, they're definitely the title race.
I said to you, you see, the only reason if they play Newcastle, I think that would be a very close game. I still expect them to beat Newcastle, but I think the game that's going to be make or break,
Man City,
is the Man City game.
Because again, Newcastle played Man City and they walked away with a draw. I think Man City were actually lucky to come out with the draw in that game.
Oh, of course they were. I think they were 2 goals behind.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So, it's not like Man City are doing that much of a better job against some of these teams, So,
mate, we just about scraped through with Newcastle.
Oh yeah, that was the last minute thing, innit? Yeah. Man said that system reset, Yeah, after this World Cup, boy. You know what, yeah? I'm not gonna lie, yeah. All my players, all Palace and Real Madrid players that are in the World Cup, I hope your team gets knocked out ASAP. I don't want none of them man there to get any further, bro, because this World Cup is in some nonsense time, blood. Honestly, man. And then the season just resumes, not even no break. Isn't it the first game after this will be the Boxing Day fixtures?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That'll be straight after the World Cup.
I reckon the World Cup's going to mash up a lot of teams' seasons.
You know what I'm saying, man? It's going to be crazy.
You see, the thing is with Arsenal, yeah? I mean, they got Jesus going, yeah? Now, if Jesus gets injured, which I know Arsenal fans hope he doesn't, all they've got up front now is Nketiah.
But then when you think about it, though, Martinelli's not even, is he even in the squad? I don't think he's even in
He's in the squad as well. He's in the Brazil squad as well.
But he's a side man, though. He's not going to play. He's a kit man in that squad. He's not playing. Let's be real. I know he's good for Arsenal in that, but he ain't playing. He's like, what, fourth in line or third in line for the left wing position. He ain't playing. Jesus is not even a starter either. He might play, though, because Richarlison is ahead of him. What's he called for? He is for Brazil. He is. I'm not saying he's better than him. I'm not saying Richarlison's better than him. I'm talking about how Brazil play. You know, they got their things in it. Richarlison's ahead of him. That's what the manager. I'm talking about what I like. Obviously, I'll play Jesus, but the Brazil manager plays Richarlison ahead of him. Yeah, Martinelli, like I said, he's going there to be a kit man. He ain't playing. Let's be real, yeah. Like, you know what I mean, that left wing position, he's not seeing that. Even the right wing position, he's not seeing none of the wing positions. I know Arsenal fans love him, but he ain't playing. So them man, I don't know, man. I don't think they all they're going to be doing is training, innit? You know what I mean? Unless they get injured in training, they're good. Odegaard ain't going nowhere. Is Saka going with England? I suppose he will.
Yeah, I suppose he will as well.
But will he start? I don't know. I don't know if he will start. Then again, you can't second guess this man. This guy plays with 7 right backs in his team. So I don't know.
Yeah, mate.
Do you know what I mean? I
don't know what you're going to get with the England squad right now, I'll be honest.
Gabriel, again, he'll be another kit man. I don't know if he's even in the squad for Brazil, but he definitely ain't going to be playing. They've got like 3 or 4 centre backs that are ahead of him. So I don't know, man. They've got a few players. Partey obviously who playing for Ghana, and they don't want that guy injured. But that's probably the biggest concern.
This is going to be a big concern.
Partey will be coming up against Uruguay, but you know Uruguay, they're them hatchet man, boy. They play to break legs, bro. Uruguay one dirty team, you know. Yo, yeah, it's a bit mad, boy. That's probably my biggest concern of your party, you know? Fair enough. Saka will start, but I think a lot of, like I said, the other ones, I don't think they're starting. Bro. Do you know what I mean? I think the Brazilians. I don't think none of you Brazilians are starting. Well, yeah, Gabriel is not in the squad. Yeah, so there we go. Do you know what I mean? Saliba actually might end up starting for France, you know, because actually who would start? Well, Konate probably start, wouldn't he? I don't know. Like, Deschamps is another manager. You can never guess what this guy's going to do. You know?
I think he's even taken Varane, even though Varane hobbled off. I think Varane's been picked.
He's bantering, yeah. But I think that's Deschamps saying that he's an idiot, you know what I mean? So I'm not surprised.
Hey, I'm all for it. Take Varane. Take him.
Well, Saliba's a starter for France, is he? Fair enough. I didn't know, bro. Because, like I said, you never know with Deschamps, bro. Some of the way he selects his teams, but it's a bit crazy. But yeah, so that was a problem as well. Because France, you probably guessed France will go deep into the tournament. Yeah, man. I said that Tessa will be in the technical area for Ghana games. Bro, he needs to be on the pitch against Uruguay, bro. Because like I said, bro, them Uruguayans, blood, they're dirty, blood. Dirty youths, boy. I'm telling you, boy. If they're not tackling you, they will bite you as well, boy. Like it's long. It's absolutely long.
Stop it.
That's a dirty team. Absolutely dirty team. But anyway, man, let's end it there, guys. You know what I mean? 1 hour in. You know what I mean? We'll catch you guys next week. We'll definitely be doing some World Cup content as well. Who knows how far England will go, but it is what it is. I don't really care about them, man. But yeah. We'll catch you guys next week. Later.
Bye.
We know who won't be seeing next week. It's their man's day.